Hey everybody, welcome back to None the Wiser. We are going to be talking about caulk today. Specifically, caulking guns. So the things that manage and extrude the caulk that seal up joints that you can't have water going down through or any other chemical. With that being said, if you're a homeowner or maintenance guy or just about anyone, if you need to maintain something, you own a vehicle, you're going to be handling caulk at some point, and this caulk right here is Quick Seal. It came from the good old Home Depot. It's manufactured by DAP. It's good for kitchen and all that other stuff. Not that that really matters, but what matters the most is the device that you use in order to excrete the actual sealant that you're going to be using. This is the typical caulking gun right here. You have this little needle on the end that penetrates the end if there's a seal down in the bottom of the caulk or whatever sealant you're using. And all you do is you press this, and you can see this moves forward, and that's pretty much how it pushes out. You hit this, you release it, it comes back, you just put it in. This is the basics. I don't know, it's less than 10 bucks or 10 bucks, whatever it is at Home Depot. Now, however, the big thing about that is, as you're going along, you have to squeeze it, just like this, but then you got to stop, and you got to keep going. And you really, the only control that you have is with your hand. So depending on how critical, or if you're thumbing the joint, and we can talk about that in another video, that is going to matter how smooth and really the type of experience that you have. Now, Ryobi, that's the bottom of the barrel. Well, this is pretty much the beginner's level of the electric caulking guns, and this one is from Ryobi. Has a lot of features. We're going to go over the features, then I'm going to demonstrate this, then I'm going to show you a big project I just completed, or at least big for me, and you can make a good decision on your own. Now, just like any other one, you're going to pull this out. That's the shaft. Now, this actually rotates through here, and the reason why this rotates is typically you'll shape the end, and then if you need to rotate it in here to get the proper angle that you need, you most certainly can. So that's a plus. So you're always going to have that ergonomics built into the actual caulking gun. This also has the needle right here too, or the puncture. This comes off completely, and it comes off pretty quickly as well, in case you just need to store it, clean it, do whatever you need to. That's really important because you can put this down in a chemical, whatever you need to, in order to clean that. That goes right back on. You can clean in here too. And if you know that you've had a back-end blowout on your caulking, then you know that that is a huge cleanup, and it's a pain in the butt with a traditional caulking gun. Now, this as well, you do have, and I'm going to try and show you here, you have 6 different levels, and it's just a dial right there. You go all the way up, you go all the way down, depending on how fast you want your caulk to come out. That's really important as well. And all right, let's go ahead and get demonstrating here. So we're going to put the caulk in. We're going to cinch this up just like so, and then I'm going to test this out here, and hopefully you can see that okay. Okay. I just got to go really slow with this. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're going to release that. Pull this out. Okay, so that's with the caulking gun there. The traditional caulking gun, let's set that to the side. Now, let's go ahead and load this one up here. Got to make sure I get the angle correct. What's comfortable for me. Push this in. We're going to set the speed. Here we go. I want to make sure I can show you here, so we're going to do it this way. So at the end of the day, you got to make a decision. Depending on the volume that you're going to do and depending on how skilled you are you going to go with the electronic or are you going to go with the manual? It's cheap enough that it makes sense if you're already on the Ryobi 1 platform. This one makes sense if you're never going to do it again or you just want to give it a shot for the first time. But in either case, you can see this one is a lot more consistent than this one. And I've got to say, I really do like both of them. Whenever I do use a caulking gun, at least electronic one, I've got to make sure that it's on the first level because I am not skilled enough. I've seen and I watch people online where they go on and they just make beautiful lines and I'm just not able to do that. But if I'm doing a tub surround, caulking, kitchen, anything else, I'm going to be using this. And I typically set the tip and I'll heat it up a little bit as well just to mold it. This is stubby because I just had a tube of leftover sealant. Usually I like to make it a smaller hole and everything else, but I'm not going to buy a full thing of caulk just for this demonstration. But let me know what you think, and then I'm going to show you where I did have the right tip right now, where the seal went bad around my old Suburban window. So you're actually seeing me right now. I'm caulking this, and this is some really nice exterior sealant that I used. And I was able to fill the gap, and this was probably close to a 3/4 of an inch gap, and it was deep. So what I needed to do was allow the caulking gun to fill the gap up and then just pull it. Fill the gap up and then pull it pretty consistently, and I had to stretch a far ways away to where I didn't really have a good grip. And with all that being said, once I was able to smooth it out and then clean off the outside edge, it had a really nice final product. And I was only able to do that with the electronic or electric caulking gun, and it just worked out so good. Now I understand why the window guys use these things consistently all the time, and I understand they have manual ones that are really, really nice as well. However, the electric ones just make your life a lot faster, a lot easier. And what do you think? Is it something you want to invest in? Make your life a little bit easier? Develop a new skill? I think that's something we should all think about in the future. My name's Brent. This has been None the Wiser. I hope that this was helpful in some way. You know, and I know I'm not the best caulker in the world, but if you know how to handle caulk really well, then this is the caulking handle that you need to handle in order to make straight lines that you really want to have. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.
Where are you headed? Carry me back to Tennessee. Oh, I got a little girl who's been waiting. Promised that